What is up, guys? Woody LS3 coming at you with another vlog. Today, guys, we're actually going to be going over some of the stuff that I already have. I know it's been a little bit confusing with me doing my extended cab first and then deciding to do my single cab. So as you can see, guys, the single cab is already in the garage. I got it in here. It's pretty much in the place where it's going to be. So the turbo kit is on and all the stuff that I need to put on is done as far as my end goes. So hopefully once it gets out of here, it'll have his kit, it'll have its transmission, it'll be ready to go, and hopefully we make it to our deadline of March. I want to have this truck ready for Texas 2K, being the last year here in Houston. I don't know where they're going next or where it's going to be at or if they're even going to have it anymore. But I know for sure they're going to have it this year. So with that being said, that's why we're going to go ahead and try to make the deadline for the single cab to get its budget turbo kit. I got the extended cab outside, already put back together. Everything the way it should, like if nothing ever happened. So it's actually running really good. So the extended cab, it's back on its original setup, and yeah, just a 6-hole bolt on. We still got to do the E-fans. I got the E-fans right here. So yeah, that'll be on a future video. Right now, like I said, I want to concentrate everything on this truck right now. We'll be doing more content with that truck after March, so y'all stay tuned for that video. And guys, I want to thank everybody for the support on all the new subscribers I've got. Thank y'all so much for joining the build. And like I said, we're going to try to make 2023 a good year for us, for the brand. Obviously, my brand being Jugatia. So we're definitely trying to make big things in 2023. Like I said, we're moving forward with our budget turbo kit. And yeah, I just want to go over the parts that I have just because everything's been so confusing. Let's go over the parts real quick. Now, first of all, guys, I went ahead and ordered the new cold side piping. I wanted to order the original one, the original piping that I had, but when we tried to order it, they said that they were all sold out. So not only do I want this to be a budget build, but I also want it to be like a little sleeper. So I went ahead and ordered the piping in black. It's powder coated black. Here are the couplers. And here's the piping. Like I said, it's gloss black. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to see the shininess on the piping. So that's the piping I got. Also, you already know about the Stage 2 Brian Tooley turbo cam that I got. I'm gonna do the lifters, the gasket kit, the push rods, and the dual springs. Also, y'all know that I got sponsored by Viking. So shout out to Viking for sponsoring me. These are actually the shocks. Check that out, guys. That's sick. So yeah, these are the shocks, guys. We're gonna be putting these on the single cab. So yeah, shout out to Viking. There's a little adjustment so you can adjust it with. So yeah, shout out to Viking. Also, another sponsor of the build, it's gonna be Alpha Injector Clinic. Alpha Injector Clinic went ahead and sponsored the injectors for the truck. These are 1000 cc injectors, and I got 1000s because I want this to be my street and track truck. So I'm not planning for too crazy of a horsepower. So shout out to Alpha Clinic injectors. Up next, guys, I actually went and picked this up from Velocity. Russell from Velocity. This is actually the boost controller. This one I got used, but Russell actually ordered everything brand new. Here's the solenoid, your wiring, all the wires brand new, guys. Check that out. So shout out to Russell, man. Here's the gauge for the boost controller. So yeah, Russell gave me a good deal on that. Shout out to Velocity once again, coming through. But yeah, gave me an awesome deal on the Turbo Smart boost controller. I actually reached out to Turbo Smart. They didn't reply to me or anything like that, which is cool, guys. A lot of these people I reach out, that's all you can do is reach out. And if they don't reply, I mean, it's cool, you know. You can at least try, you know. Don't get discouraged because they don't reply or anything like that. But that's how it goes sometimes. So hey, big shout out to everybody that does at least respond. You know, that's awesome. I mean, I understand not everybody can sponsor someone, or you know, they just don't feel like it's the right fit. At least a little response back goes a long way, guys. So like I said, no big deal. We still went ahead and got the boost controller because it is one of the better boost controllers out there. So shout out to Russell from Velocity that gave me that boost controller at a good price. So yeah, guys, let's go on to the next part. Up next, guys, is our MSD wires. We went ahead and picked these up from Spike Performance. He gave me a good deal on these. He actually had a sale and it was actually over. But yeah, he went ahead and gave me the deal. And yeah, guys, I always use MSDs. I have MSDs on my extended cab, so I always use MSDs. They are good wire. They will withstand the heat. I know there's a lot of better ones out there now. You know, MSDs are just like the first ones that came out. They've just been out for the longest. Now there's a lot of good companies that are doing a lot more things to withstand the heat of the header. Being that this is a turbo truck, it does have the log. They do get heat up pretty good. So MSDs just the ones I just went with because I've been with them for the longest. I've always gotten MSDs. So let's go ahead and move on to the next part. Up next, guys, is our turbo log. This is actually our log from justracingfab.com. This is actually one of JR Fab's turbo logs. He's actually selling these, so definitely hit up the website justracingfab.com and pick you up a log. They don't come like this. They actually come in this gray color right here, but I went ahead and painted mine. You can see where I painted mine. I didn't paint the top. But yeah, guys, I went ahead and painted mine because, like I said, staying with that black theme that we're going for, we want to kind of ghost. I kind of want my engine bay to be all black. I don't want any color. I was going to do black and red, but there's a lot of black and red already out there. Black and red are my favorite colors, so we're going to go with black, guys. So on my engine bay, hopefully I can get everything black. Go ahead and move on to the next part. Up next, guys, this is our eBay intercooler that I went ahead and ordered from eBay. It seems to be pretty good. I read the reviews on it. Seems to hold everything like that. I had to weld these brackets on top. Well, actually, Freddie welded this one, and I welded that one. Big shout out to my boy Freddie for helping me out. We actually had a little competition if you didn't see the video before. And yeah, we had a little $20 bet who could weld the best, but yeah, he kind of got that one, guys. Mine's do look pretty bad, but hey, you got to start somewhere, right? So that's our intercooler. I believe I paid $175, $170 for this intercooler, somewhere around there. $630, $180. I haven't talked to JR on this one. He actually gave me a price for this one. If I get a price from him, I'll put it up on the screen. If not, make sure you go visit the website. The MSD wires, I got them for $100. Turbo Smart boost controller, I got it for $300. The injectors was a sponsor. The Viking shocks was a sponsor. This I actually bought a while back, and I actually don't remember what I paid for these. The cam, I got those from Velocity. I'm not sure. He gave me a good deal on that. And then I don't remember what I paid for these, but you can definitely go to Texas Speed or Brian Tooley, that's where our cam is from. There it is, guys, Brian Tooley Racing. That's where our cam's from. And Brian Tooley Racing is pretty much like a Texas Speed. So they have lifters, they have their own dual springs, push rods, everything like that. You can get everything from Brian Tooley Racing. So yeah, guys, that's a little bit of what we have right here. This is our little parts section that we have. That's not all that I need. I don't have everything. This is pretty much the parts that I have at the time, and I just wanted to give you a little rundown of what I got. That way, those of you guys that are trying to build your truck on a budget, you know, you can kind of see what I went with. That's a little bit of what I got. We still need a couple more parts that we got to get for the single cab. That's a little brief rundown of what I have. I will leave links to some of the stuff that I can give you the links for, just in case y'all want to pick up the same stuff that I have. So definitely check out the links in the description for everything that I have here. Keep following along and see what I get. You guys are going to see the result, what all these parts put together make on this setup that I'm doing. For those of y'all that don't know, it is a 4.8 Gen 4 LS motor. This is a motor that we are going to turbo. We're not going to turbo it like this. We're not just going to slap on the turbo kit and call it a day. No, we're going to actually pull off the heads, get the heads resurfaced, check the valves, and see if the valves are still good and everything like that. While that's done, we're going to go ahead and replace the lifters, pretty much refresh the motor entirely. We're not going to put anything forged. The rods are actually really good. Pistons should be good. We'll definitely check them out once we're there and the motor's open. But really, guys, all I'm going to do is pretty much refresh these 4.8. So yeah, guys, we pretty much got to remove our K&N intake, which y'all seen that video. This is not even that old. We're going to take this piece off. We no longer need it. Also, we're going to have to either move or take this off. I did order a small coolant tank just in case if I needed to use it. I got this one right here. This is actually from Amazon. The reason why I got this one, guys, is because of that little plug. It's supposed to be like for a drain, but what I want to use that for is, a lot of people that get aftermarket coolant tanks always have that little light, the low coolant. Guys, I can't stand having any lights on my dash. That bugs me so bad. So what I'm gonna use that little plug for is actually I'm gonna put a sensor there that detects the liquid. So that way we can go ahead and wire it up, and that will pretty much tell the computer that I'm good on liquid. Hopefully it works. I don't know, I'm not 100% if it's gonna work, but at least I wanna try. That way I won't have any lights on the cluster. I think I paid like 30 bucks for that coolant tank, but yeah, that's just another piece that I got. Also, this truck already has the E-fans, so we don't have to deal with that clutch fan. We don't have to worry about that. This is a newer body style. Also, it looks like we got a lot more room in here. I really don't believe we're gonna have to cut our bracket as much as I did on the extended cab. This one has a lot more room. We still gotta see the piping, way that we're gonna route the piping. Hopefully it's the same way. But yeah, guys, I think this one's gonna be a little bit easier. Hopefully on the hot side, it's the same. Yeah, we can get this done pretty quick. Still need a transmission. I am gonna upgrade the transmission. It is gonna be a 4L80 because I want it for like a street class. I wanna be able to daily drive it. So we're gonna do a posi unit. It's just gonna be a posi, no gears, because it is 4x4. We still gotta get some oil, feed lines, a boost block, stuff like that, guys. Little stuff like that. Hopefully, guys, we can get it done in time for Texas 2K. I really wanna be out there when all those cars are here. We're gonna go ahead and start taking off the front grille just to see the space that we have. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, and like that, we got the grill off. I was very careful. I didn't want to scratch it up. Travis Team at Exclusive painted it for me, so I didn't want to scratch up the paint. So yeah guys, check it out. Look at all this room that we have. As you can see, we're probably going to have to cut this piece off. I think all this top stuff would be okay. We're going to have to relocate the little transcooler here. We're going to get rid of that. Too small. I'm going to go ahead and do an aftermarket one, much bigger than this one. I'm not really worried about that. We can move this out of the way. Maybe put it behind here, because like I said, we have all this room to play with. This one's going to be a lot easier, I feel. Hopefully I don't shoot myself in the foot and then it turns out to be even harder than the extended cab. Right now it looks good. I think I'm going to have to make some holes here where the piping goes through the light up here. And then like I said, maybe in between here, this is going to get out of the way. And then we'll have our turbo mocked up here. Pretty much just like how we did in the single cab. But like I said, just with a lot more space. Over here looks a lot better because we don't have the battery in the way. The battery is actually back there on these trucks, so it's going to be a pretty much easy route. You can see right here, guys, we have a ton of space right here. This side's not going to be an issue. One thing I am looking at is being that the battery is back here for the hot side, you know, for the exhaust to come out from behind the turbo. That's the only thing that I'm kind of seeing that's going to be a little tough. I originally wanted to have my exit through the bumper here, but the battery's probably going to be in the way. But, you know, we can always relocate the battery, or we can just probably have it out the back, being that I do want this to be a little sleeper truck. I mean, it's going to be a dead giveaway if we put the exhaust on the bumper. We'll see when we get to that point where I end up putting the exit for the exhaust. Like I said, it looks really good. Definitely a huge difference from the extended cab. The extended cab, I had to fight for every little inch, but we managed to get the intercooler on there. We're gonna go ahead and take off the intake, disconnect the battery. I don't know if we'll drain it today. I kind of don't want to make a mess in here. I kind of want to make sure that I get some stuff in here first to catch all that water. Last time I made a mess with the extended cab, and I don't want to do that again. Let's go ahead and get to it. Alright guys, as you can see, we went ahead and took off our intake. All the housing, we went ahead and took that completely out. This is what we're going to have to remove the coolant tank. I'm going to go ahead and take off my headers. I do have to take this one off because we do have to weld the V-band for the hot side. And then I got to take this header off because this is where the log goes. Just like we did it on the extended cab, we're going to do it on the single cab also. It goes the same way. I just got to watch out for these AC lines. These do look a little closer than the extended cab, so we're going to have to watch out with those. But yeah guys, like I said before, it has a ton of space, but right now we're just moving stuff out of the way to get our new stuff in. So let's keep on going, guys. All right, guys, we went ahead and fast forward a little bit. I actually got the truck lifted up right now. It's on jack stands. I went ahead and moved the manifold You can see where I removed the manifold. This is the old manifold. So we went ahead and removed it. Still got the bottom piece right there. But yeah guys, this is where it goes. So yeah guys, there's the old manifold. We don't need this one. We need the one for the driver's side. So this one gets replaced with the log. I wanted to show you all real quick the difference between the log and the old manifold. As you can see, this one has the 3 bolts where it connects to right here. And then we have a V-band style on this one. And then obviously, instead of going straight to the header on your log, it goes straight up to attach to your turbo up top. This is a T4 style flange, which is what our turbo is. They do have a T6, which is a little bit bigger. I want to go ahead and get the log on and the turbo on just to see what all we're going to have to move out of the way. So let's go ahead and get that ready, guys.
A few inches later.
We went ahead and put our log in. You can see the log right there, guys. Let me shine the light. All right, there's the log. And then you also see the turbo right here, the VS turbo. The billet wheel. Yeah, check that out guys, it's pretty cool. So I had to remove this out of the way just for temporarily. I got like a bolt hanging on it. We have to drain it either way because we are going to do a cam on this one, so we're going to have to drain it. But like I said, I didn't want to make a mess in here right now. I kind of wanted to go ahead and mock up everything, so I got it mocked out right here. Like I said, I want to see if I can use this little coolant tank, kind of just mock it up somewhere right there. You know, when this is out of the way, we'll see if we can use that instead of a big coolant tank right there. So yeah guys, there it is. Got the turbo mocked up. We can turn this. I got the bolts loose. We can clock this however we want, however we need to, whatever works best when we install our intercooler. We're gonna go ahead and end this video right here. But on the next video, we're gonna go ahead and mount our intercooler. We're gonna remove the old transcooler and get it out the way. It's looking pretty good. We're gonna go ahead and clean all this stuff up. That when I pop the hood, everything's gonna be nice and clean. It's gonna be it for this video. I wanna just give y'all a little heads up. This is so much to do just to get it all done in one video. Let me know what y'all think, guys, so far. I think it's coming out pretty good. But yeah, guys, this is gonna be it for now. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.